I realized the difference in showing up for myself, showing up for family, showing up for friends, showing up for my children are whole different games in life, right? I've learned three main things. One, you cannot fulfill everybody's demands at the same time. It's impossible. Two, you can never appease every single person. It's just not possible to do that. When I was sleeping on the floor with family, I won't say who because some people aren't ready yet for the truth, but my truth is sleeping on an air mattress, trying to figure out my life, trying to get to the next point over and over again. I realized that, okay, are you going to allow someone else to dictate how you show up in your life and how you feel it's possible to show up, right? And I really had to evaluate, like, you cannot keep blaming somebody else for what you need to show up for every single day. That's just not gonna work, right? If you have a story to tell and you're withholding information because you are afraid of what people may think of you, you are sinning against yourself. That's what it is. You're being redundant to your growth. You are becoming stagnant. You're stagnating and becoming a puddle of dirty water. Your mind, your spirit, your body. You have to live in your truth respectfully. A lot of people think living in their truth is somebody else's truth. It's imposter syndrome. You can't act as if you're living in your truth by imitating somebody else's perception of you, if that makes sense. Many things happen because you didn't show up. So here and out, you're going to make a promise and you're going to write down 5 things that you think you have that nobody else in the room or the world has. And once you write down those 5 things, reread those 5 things and really ask yourself, is this something that is coming from me, or is this something that I've seen on social media, on TV, or just from somebody else who is impacting you in your life? Because more than likely, we do get, influence. You know, sometimes we might be fond of how someone shows up in the world, but more than likely, if you can't come up with 5 things that you know that you are good at and you are interested in genuinely, you need to figure it out, and that's where your purpose will come from. One of those 5 things, your purpose, is deep in one of those things. And my advice would be to turn off everything, the distractions and all of that. None of that matters, okay? Throw it away. None of those things matter. Get yourself a piece of paper, sit, figure it out. Listen to something that can give you clarification. Sometimes it takes more than just being quiet. Some people do things differently. Sometimes you need to go somewhere. Maybe you need a scent. Maybe you need a smell. Maybe you need a feeling. Maybe you need to go to touch something. Maybe go to a cafe. A lot of people go to a cafe to study, to meet, to feel inspired. Some people go to a movie. Whatever it is for you, go there. Whatever you think that you can actually sit and meditate. I know it's the weirdest thing. People will go to the... Anyways, and you really sit down and figure out what you enjoy to do. When you figure this out now, you then put down your idea of, if you were to present this to somebody else, your meaning, your purpose, if you were to put a business plan towards this, of how you would achieve these goals in the next 3 to 6 months, step by step. Now, this is going to be tedious because I know people don't have the attention span that they once did, but it's worth it. And you strategize month 1, month 2, month 3, and you're going to go week by week, and you're going to allocate time. Doesn't matter if you work a full-time job, it doesn't matter if you work a part-time job, you allocate time weekly. It takes like 1 to 2 hours every week. Give yourself 2 hours every single week. That's 8 hours a month. You can give yourself 8 hours. And then I want y'all to read the 4-hour work day. And once you read that book, I want you to apply what I just said to those weeks. And you're going to see how much you can get done once you've applied yourself, once you understand how you work. And it's going to take time. You got to read. You got to listen to audiobooks. You got to listen to some podcasts. You got to understand why you make decisions the way you do. You've got to understand the emotions. But this video is only for people who want a change from the imposter syndrome that they are experiencing. If you are comfortable in how you feel and constantly questioning and constantly feeling anxious about what you do and what you feel and how you show up, this is not for you. This is for people who want to understand how they behave and show up and want to change for the better and for their friends and their family. So, with this said, take the notes, go one side, take yourself away from all the distractions, all of those things, and really analyze who you are before anyone else comes in the room. Before you start your day, who are you? And I guarantee you, everything else will align, because all the answers that you want are deep within you. You already know the answers. You don't need to, reading stuff will just only affirm what you already know, if that makes sense. All the things that you've seen, you ever watch something and then be like, that makes sense. Because deep down, you know, you've already had an understanding. You've lived lifetimes where you already understand these things. Right? Hope this helps somebody.